What's going on, my people? I'm coming to you live from South Los Angeles, the very grounds that witnessed the 1992 uprisings, you know, born from resistance and resilience. I'm Hunter P. Today. I stand with a team of intelligent, forward thinking brothers to bring you raw, unfiltered news and perspective straight from our sides of the city. This is more than just reporting, this is representation. Welcome to one of the voices of South LA. With that being said, what's up, fellas? We got my brother Joe. We got Big LA in here. We got the rest of the team coming. You know what I'm saying? We are working men. We got things going on, and but hey, welcome to the show. Brother Joe, how was your weekend? How has your week started off so far?
Hey man, everything was good, man. Spent time with my wife at church. Got a little word in. Celebrate resurrection. Normally Mondays be bad at work, but this is pretty cool today.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Can't complain about that. Sometimes Mondays are pretty good. To start the week off, you do have some good Mondays. I take a Monday over a boring Tuesday sometimes. Because sometimes you have a 3-day weekend, be off Monday. But Big LA, what's the word, man? What's going on? How was your weekend? And how has your week started off?
You know what? My weekend was cool. Lately, I've been asking myself, and a lot of people should ask themselves. It goes along with accountability for self. Yeah. Why you ain't do it already?
Keep you from getting sick.
You dig what I'm saying? Like I've been on this weight journey, and I take accountability. I done slacked a lot. And today I told myself, well, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna do my at-home workout. I got physical therapy tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed today that I put it off and I put it off and I put it off until I looked at myself and said, how much longer you gonna put it off? Why you ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying? So my days has been an eye opener. The start of my week has been an eye opener for self. Like my I'm like this. Y'all see my face, I'm all sweaty and shit, all that old shit. I just got done before I got on the show. My big brother, he put out some content that said, "Get them titties off your chest." I'm gonna add something to that. Get them titties off your chest, get the motherfucking titties off your back. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, if you ain't sweating, it ain't melting. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, get that fat up off of you. Hey, you might not be in tip top shape by the summertime, but I heard somebody say, hey, you might be pretty motherfucking lit by the time summertime comes. You know what I'm saying? Working on your health, build wealth. You know what I'm talking about? To build confidence within self, to build your cardio up. Yeah, that's for you cigarette smoking motherfuckers. Hey, I'm one of them. Pick up some weights or something. Work out. Break a sweat. You do know you lose calories and all that extra bogus ass salt about your body when you sweat, right? Just saying. I watch my big brother walk around 5-10 pound weights walking around, you know what I'm saying? Neighborhood getting his workout on. Talking to y'all. Y'all ain't trying to hear it. My fat ass going, hey, I back him up 1,000%. He woke something up in your boy. Hey, shit, let's work.
Hey, man, you got to do it, man. That's the biggest step right there is getting out there. And once you get out there, shit, you good. You know what I'm saying?
Get
Same thing
out
with
your
Russ.
own field. No, it ain't nothing. Work out. You want to
Yeah, you
live?
got.
You want to live? You want to live, or you want to be unalive by poor health?
You don't want that. You don't want that at all.
Work out.
That's what's up. What's up, Russ, man? What's the word down there in H-Town, man? What's the deal, man? Rockets down 0-1 to them California Golden State Warriors. What's up, man? What's going down?
Oh man, nothing much, man. Yeah, we set it up for a big comeback.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
I don't want to hear this shit, Big LA.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sound
Hey,
like you hating
you
again.
know, I'm
It
not
sound
from
like you
Tennessee.
hating again.
I'm not from Tennessee, but us and the Tennessee Titan fans, we say the same shit every year. Hey, Uh,
Right, hey. This is a new
back
team, man. We young, we hungry. You can't put us in the boat with them tired ass, them tired ass bastards. Shit. That team there, they've been doing that for 50 years, man. These
Lakers
Rockets
in
young.
5. Hey, Lakers in 5. Don't you worry about Nathaniel. Lakers in 5.
Oh man, Lakers in what, 5 years?
What?
Just
We can
What
5
do you
years.
mean, shit?
hey,
What do you mean, shit?
when the Rockets, the Mavericks, and the Spurs are sitting at home.
Nah, man. Look, that's called blind faith. That sounds like you part of a religion or something.
Hey,
Hey,
look,
well,
the
hey,
best, the
well,
best
you
thing
said
to hit
Big,
the
Big Blake
Rockets
might still
is
be delusional from that workout earlier. He
Uh-huh.
might still.
That lack of oxygen, that lack of oxygen that went to your head, man. Shit. Take a couple deep breaths, big LA, man.
hey. You ain't
Stop
game.
all that flexing and get you some air. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking good right.
Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Lakers in
Oh,
5. Hey, that's a good way. Hey, I
The
like
way,
that.
hey, I'm gonna be honest. I live in LA. I'm a Celtic fan, but the way the Lakers played the other day, Shaquille O'Neal said he thinks Orlando's gonna get swept by Boston. I think the Lakers might get swept by Minnesota.
I don't think so. I think that was just a wake up call, a hard wake up call. Like, get your shit together.
Hey, you know what? Hey, while you brought up the topic of the NBA, I got something to ask all y'all. Do you think right now in NBA it's at a more of an all-time high, like these women, trying to mooch and attack these younger players? I think me and Russ talked about that earlier. But like, what do y'all think? Y'all think a lot of these women are these older women are trying to attack these younger players because they don't know no better?
It's one of the things, man. I feel it always been happening. Now it's just on the mainstream now. Like they're more bold now to where they come out and saying like, yeah, I want to get a youngster. Um, but I think it's always been there at some form of fashion. Uh, it's just more public now because now I can post it up on TikTok, and then you got a thousand people following you on all social media platforms and stuff like that, and it's mainstream, and so it's just more mainstream than it was before.
hey, how do you know she was the aggressor?
Well, the older woman.
Yeah, because you talking about Drea, but how do you know she was the aggressor?
Well, that's the conversation we was having earlier with Drea. You know how
Yeah.
she had a baby by Jalen Green from the Houston Rock, or have a baby coming or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe she had it. I'm not sure. But she's 40 years old. He's 22. She has a son that's 22. Matter of fact, she brought
And
her son.
she's seasoned, so she know what the hell she was doing. Like it ain't
Yeah.
like she's a new booty, like a young, fresh out of high school. She got miles on her, man, and she
Wow.
rings
Hey,
on her. So she
he
know
might
what
have
she's
asked for that. He might have asked for that.
But
Possibly.
hey, Russ, that go to say this though. Like, okay, perfect example. You got a lot of well, she ain't an A-list, but she's a celebrity. You get a lot of celebrity women at games. Do you think if he would have pursued like a Nia Long, Halle Berry, or somebody like that, they would have had a baby by him?
By who?
Like, just saying, like, I'm not even saying just Jalen Green. All right, how many NBA players have had babies with A-list celebrity women?
I mean, I don't know. I can't sit here and act like I even know
So
that.
I say this. I think they have a little more morale than some of these women who we consider video vixens or video
Yeah,
hoes, whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? Because they may date them. I think Brandy and Kobe dated, but you didn't see Brandy getting pregnant by Kobe back then.
yeah. And the only person that really did get that's like a big time wedding was Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
It was
But
Grant Hill. Grant Hill married. What was that?
Oh yeah,
Tamia.
to me, hey,
I know,
and
but
you
they
know
getting
what?
married though. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
they
It
got
ain't
married.
like they a
They got
fling.
married.
They getting
No,
married.
they were married, if I'm not mistaken already.
Who?
When he got hurt, I think they were already married when he was in
Yeah,
NBA.
they were. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
They were already, and she did her thing as a wife. Hell, when he got hurt, people forget Grant Hill. If he didn't get injured, Grant Hill would have been top 5 probably the way he was
Oh yeah,
balling.
easily.
So she did her thing. She held him down during his injuries. 100%.
Hey, so Murph, the thing what I was thinking when you had asked that question, another thing, and they saying about a lot of these youngsters right now, like this is the first time they ever had like let's just say a pretty girl hollering at them. Um, like they spend so much time working on their craft to where they don't
Yeah,
get out. Look at Travis Hunter. Like if you look at the dude, he ain't all that handsome in the face, and like he got old girl. Because even if you listen to him right now, the only thing that he do play football, go fishing. And so you go to these games and stuff like that. If girl gonna throw her stuff at you, hey, these young men don't know what to do with that. And so I know Rush, you was saying like who was the aggressor. A lot of these dudes are still young and kids, man. They don't know like we all was back in the day got happy when a girl came talk to us a certain one. So she got status, and so what are you gonna do? Not say no?
yeah. That's hey, that's a good question, and that's a good way to look at it. Even vice versa, if you shoot your shot at an older chick and she give you some kind of rhythm, you gonna run with it at that age.
Yeah.
So is she supposed to shoot him down?
Well,
No, I'm not
she
saying
knew the game.
she knew the game, and Russ, you know that too. You know what that game about, especially all the well, I'm gonna say alleged rumor because I wasn't there, but everything that's went on with her and the whole what's that the basketball wire, whatever that her assisting them, Matt Barnes situation and shit. Hey, she been around that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she ain't the first and she ain't the last. I'm not knocking her, but I'm just saying like they consider, she would be considered a black woman, Puerto Rican or something Dominican, but um is that something that they still tripping on? Like why attack? Some people may say attack this youngster because you got a 20-year gap on him. You was
Yeah,
already grown. He was a child.
because the other way around, the guy is called a predator. When it's the other way
Wow,
around, when
crazy.
it's an older man trying to pursue a young 20-year-old, he is a predator and he's grooming
Fact.
her, and she ain't no better. So
Manipulating.
we can't assume that these young men again they're in the same boat. They young, dumb, full of cum is what they say, and they looking to get one off. And if an older woman could say like, "Yes, I'm with you," back in when you was younger, if you had a an older chick, that's like giving you marks on your belt to
You
say
was the
that you
man.
yeah. And so it could be the same thing.
Right. So that's why I say he might know what he want. He might not be a smart decision, but hey, we was 22. You're not exactly at the top of your intellectual game. But, you still pretty much developing.
Hey, Russ. Let me ask you this. I can ask all three of y'all this because we all have kids or have a child. Um, what would you do if your son or daughter had a baby or is having a baby by somebody 20 years older?
Shit, hell, what the hell can I do? Shit.
No, I mean, yeah. What can you do? But how would you feel about that? Let me rephrase that. How would you feel about that?
I mean, I would just need to know more about it before I sit there and say. I mean, just because there's an age difference don't necessarily mean that it's all bad.
That he's a bad
I
person,
mean,
but I mean, okay, hey, all right, Russ, you get the somebody come to the house, say, listen, you know, your daughter's having a baby with my son, and you like, wait a minute, you looking at this lady, she like 70, like, how old is your son? You know what I'm saying? And then she said, how old the son? And first, like, wait, 45. What that
first of
moment?
all, why is his mama? I mean, first of all, why is his mama coming to my house anyway?
Well, I'm
If
just
the
saying,
nigga 45 years old, shit,
scenario
that's
wise.
the part that's
Hey,
concerning. Shit.
well, hey, I could tell you right now, if he's 20 years older with a woman that's way younger than him, I'm pretty sure he's childish. So I'm not surprised his mama is coming to say that your child is having a baby with my son.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna see you making it so. All right, what if the age difference is maybe 45 and
580 or something.
no, hell no, about maybe 45, 30 or 20. What's exactly 20? I mean, 25 is kind of pushing it because 25-year-olds kind of still kind of running wild there. But You know, shit, a 35-year-old probably not finna have a baby, but you having a geriatric pregnancy at that point. But a 35-year-old and a 50-year-old is not really that much different at that point.
No, it's not. Well, I see this on social media a lot. I know Big LA, you probably seen this too on Facebook somewhere, but um I've seen a lot of posts where a lot of women criticize these men that are like 55 and had a baby with like a 28-year-old and I'm like, wait a minute, like you don't even know the situation, like I say, I mean, I understand if it's somebody that old chasing younger women, that's
Hey,
some of
live
these
your
guys,
miserable ass life, man. Let's stay out of people's business.
I mean,
You know
hey,
what I'm saying? Shit, why are they commenting on some shit that ain't got shit to do with them, basically? They
well,
want to,
I've always
people
said this.
want
Like anybody who puts something on social media expected to be commented on, whether you
to.
like it or not. Because why would you put that shit on there? So if people
Oh,
are
yeah,
gonna talk,
I agree.
hey, if you like I said, like they had this one post, this one guy, he started trying to report everybody for comments, but he was putting like some derogatory stuff up there. It's like, why you put it up there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's free game. You put it out there, people go take shots at it, you know. But overall, I mean, everybody got a damn comment or a suggestion how somebody else should live their life. But in reality, it ain't none of your damn business.
But
Come
okay,
on, he shouldn't do it.
hey
Yeah,
Russ,
look, what?
would you be an attorney saying that?
Mhm.
Saying that everybody should just mind their business, like, but in laws in certain states where it's in law where people can butt into people's business for certain aspects. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know. You gotta be more specific. That's just
Okay. Well, it's a such thing called citizen's arrest. Am I right?
look, I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen one.
Well, I mean, it's in every. If I'm not mistaken, it's in every law enforcement or every law in America where you have the right to make a citizen's arrest if you for sure that you see
Have you
and you.
ever seen a citizen's arrest?
Hey,
Yes, I have. I actually seen it.
those Karens be
Where?
trying to do it.
Huh?
Yeah, I have never seen a citizen's arrest. Never.
I've seen a citizen's arrest come from a security guard. They're not peace officers. They can make a citizen's arrest.
Oh shit! I haven't seen it here because like motherfucker ain't
That's
finna
why.
stop.
That's why.
Motherfucker ain't
Nah,
finna stop for that
security guards
shit.
got to go through power of arrest training. Am I right?
What for? I don't know. What the
No,
security
I'm
guard
talking to
training
John.
is?
He's probably over
Oh,
there drinking rip.
What you say, country?
I said, as a security guard, part of the training is the power to arrest. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's why I say, like security guards, they're not peace officers, but they're trained on power to arrest. So if they witness something real severe, they have the power. Well, just like any citizen, you can make a citizen's arrest.
but I think a
I've seen.
security guard wouldn't it be more directed towards the patrol of that property, of that specific property, not in general. You don't have just power to go out here and arrest people.
No,
I
no,
have
I'm
seen.
no,
I have seen guys make citizen arrests. A bunch of those, a few white guys make citizen arrests.
especially in LA.
Yeah, just say it's
Yeah.
only white people that do it, but it do happen.
For real, it's only white people who
Yeah,
do that.
because hey, you sit down here, Mister. You're gonna wait for the authorities, and like that's considered that citizen's arrest when they detain you for you committing a crime.
Yeah.
Now, do you really think that's gonna work in the
Hey,
hood?
you'll be surprised.
Hey,
You'll be
have a
surprised.
seat. Have a seat. You
Hey,
wait now. You wait. This
hey,
motherfucker got a look. He got a 30 a clip with 30 an extendo and shit. You think he finna sit here and wait? No, well, I mean, y'all don't really have a gun issue like we have out here.
yeah,
But
ours is
no,
tight out here.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
do.
y'all gun laws are tight, but shit, out here guns are just like candy.
Nah,
So
they
you
ain't out
think
here.
that youngster finna
Yeah, but
no, you going
they use them more out here though.
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously you
Nah,
don't watch obviously you don't watch the news.
Nah, they ain't that much out here. So, but again, like,
See, he don't say they use them more out here. I'm like, no,
nah,
you didn't know. You just need to cut on TV out here, and you'll see. No, they're not scared to use these guns.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Russ?
Yeah, they not
Only after
scared now.
I was having a conversation with a buddy at work about that today too, and man, being in California, man, it makes you. That's one of the most frustrating things owning a firearm because there's so many laws in place to save the perpetrator that it's like, why should I even have one? Even if you have a CCW, you can't really do nothing with that. If you don't have one, you're really tired. You pretty much use your firearm to go train at the range. That's about it. Other than that, in California, is one of the most frustrating things as far as like being a gun owner out here. You can't really do anything, but play with it at home. Get used to it.
That's why so many people out there get shot. Bodies, get accidentally shot because they always playing with their gun. They can't do nothing else with it but sit there cocking at home. A lot of cats out here walking around with one ball because they've been playing with their gun at home. Hey, I'm telling you, if they would, well, we have pretty strict laws here in California. I tell a lot of people we don't need new laws. They just have to enforce the laws we already have. They real lenient on a lot of laws. But I mean, California used to have a right to bear arms law. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't that in the 70s or something before the Black Panther?
It was in the late 60s, early 70s when Panthers started walking around with them. They outlawed it.
Yeah, that's the main reason why California has that CCW law, because the CCW, it's not even a state, it's the county that issues CCWs.
Yep, LA County.
Yeah, and it's per the county, and then like the sheriffs are the ones that actually issue the CCW. So you going through the police to get that.
Not even LAPD, like the LA County sheriff, but
yeah, it's the sheriff.
Yeah, if you have an address not in LA, like I know some guys who lived in Gardena and Torrance, they was able to file for their CCW and get it faster than people who lived in LA city limits, because there's so many people in the LA city limits and all this like backlog. That's why it take a year, but these guys, it took like about 2 months.
Yeah, and then you got to get training. You got to go to a certified place, get training on that, which is understandable. You ended up coming out about $700-800 for a CCW. Like when you tally up everything, that's not even including the firearm. To get the training, to pay for the class, to pay for the application fee, and then you have to pay after you get approved for everything. You have to pay additional money for them to send you an email with the proper paperwork saying that you now could carry.
Yep. But it's not a. I mean, the process may seem a little long, and people say, "Oh man, that At the end of the day, just say $1,000 or $1,100. But that's not that much money. A lot of people spend money on stupid shit anyway. It's some people got racks on their income tax who probably went to goddamn Vegas and balled till they fall. Now they back doing OT at work.
And then another kicker on that, each county allows certain firearms. And so Riverside County may allow for like these 10 firearms, while LA County only allow 5 to be on like CCW qualified. But that doesn't mean that you can't. If I get qualified in Riverside, I can't take it to LA County. It's just that LA County ain't gonna certify you with a certain set, while Riverside County That's what we gotta deal with, Riff.
And the calibers, you got to go get trained for a certain caliber, which is in a sense is kind of crazy, because I mean, not as far as the caliber, it's like all this training you got to go through as a law-abiding citizen, which in California, like where a lot of the gangs here are still tripping and shit, like they don't abide by the law. They gonna have guns regardless. So it's like you really putting the law-abiding citizen back against the wall, because it's like you can't protect yourself all the way legally without going through all this, where all they're gonna do is go get a throwaway, because I don't give a fuck about the law,
Pretty much.
So that's a benefit, I think, I tell a lot of people of living in other places, Midwest, down south, on some places on the East Coast, because I mean, the chances of somebody running up on you, robbing you out there are very slim comparison out here, because you getting people getting their chains snatched and shit every day out here still. Like it's 1990.
Yeah.
They said
Like
guy
for
got
real.
his guy took
Yeah.
his changed the other was like 3 weeks ago, country, and they laid him to rest, huh?
Hey, they ain't playing, man. Especially you stealing somebody gold chain, man. And like I said, then there's some strange guys out here. I'm hearing, the stories you used to hear back in the days. People, oh man, you heard about this? People getting jumped. They got this dude. Something happened over here. Now you hearing shit about, people getting violated sexually by the same sex during a fight. Like, what kind of shit is this? Like
So
what day?
what kind of shit is that? Yeah, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear all kind of weird ass stories. Like, man, what type of shit is they on? Like, let's go back to the '90s. Shit.
Get violated during a fight. What the fuck?
Like real shit. Like, hey man, man, people in LA heard them stories, man. They know I'm talking about. That shit don't make no sense. But like I say, hey, on another note, Tars down there in Texas, man, I see your girl Megan Thee Stallion made it clear, man. She let Slim Thug know that she's not interested in him. I guess the media had it confused, thinking she was throwing hints like she was interested in him, and
Um,
she came and publicly said it during the, I think, 105 point, the Power 105.1, something like that concert they had, and said that nah, I'm not interested in you on stage during her set. And I'm saying to myself, I don't think he's interested in her.
yeah, I mean, I ain't know nothing about that. So shit.
Yeah, that's something that happened, and I'm like, ain't nothing major. It was some little friendly fire, but I was just like,
Yeah.
man, really think you really think Slim Thug? I know he probably a smash, but do you really think he's trying to get with Megan Thee Stallion?
Oh man, I have no idea. To tell you the truth. Shit, I ain't gonna say it's out of the realm of possibilities, but who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah,
Shit.
and hey, and that's another thing too, right there. Why go out of your way to mention that during your set? Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if it would have been somebody else. Like, say if it would have been like a top, say Justin Timberlake or somebody like that, or the Weeknd would have threw hints or something, or made a comment to make her assume or something. Would she have done that? Or would she let it ride out? You see what I'm
I don't
saying?
know. She been always. She don't shut her mouth for some reason. She talks shit because she had a little beef going on with Eminem. I heard. So
Yeah.
apparently she don't shy away from a little controversy. And I
Well,
think it's kind of intentional anyway. It's just publicity. You got to keep your name in people's mouth to be relevant.
yeah.
Well, that's all I really see it is. She just trying to make sure her name stay out there.
Well, and that's another thing too, man. When to speak about relevancy in the entertainment industry and the music industry, you get a lot of artists out there, like older artists, who still trying to hold on to that crown. What's up with that, man? Like, what y'all think is the holdup? You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of talent out there, even in the sports world, going, Joe, you in the football, like, do you think these schools should start recruiting more from junior colleges, which I hear they're supposed to start? If did I hear that right?
So the kicker is what happened was a law went into place where your eligibility you don't lose your eligibility by going to a JC or a JUCO. So if you play your 2 years at a JUCO, you can still do your 4 years at a 4 year without losing anything. The whole
Man,
thing
that's
about
cool.
yeah, so the thing about that is good and bad because what happens is it makes it harder for like the high school students coming fresh out to go to like these big time schools unless you just like the top of the top. Um, at the same thing, it like opened up the transfer portal also to where like you don't really have no loyalty anymore. And so with you not having to like sit out or anything when you transfer to these schools, if you don't like the coach, you don't like anything, and like or you just not pleased by whatever reason, you can just jump ship. And so that it messes things up as far as like having like a real good team chemistry uh, in the long run. Like it's not like the old school where you stay with the school 2-3 years, you jump ship. So it's good and bad because it gives the JUCO players an opportunity. It just makes it a lot harder for high school students to come out, even though they may be the top of their class. They really got to compete.
So it's not better this way, you saying, or is like a 50-50 thing?
It's based on perspective. And so from a JUCO, if I'm coming from a JUCO, I'm like, yeah, cool. I still got my 4 years. But if you look at a high schooler, if you ask them, they may say like, dang, I got to compete now against the JUCO players because they may take my spot, which normally I would have gotten. And so it may have to force them to like ball out a little bit more than they normally would, pushing their body to limits they probably never thought of.
Yeah. Well, because I know I was like, man, so I'm like, man, that should be beneficial for these players, So I mean, basically, it's like a hit or miss.
Yeah, just like I said, you don't have to redshirt anymore, but the whole thing happened with the NIL. And so the story behind that, one kid was like, because I went to JUCO, I miss out on like money from NIL. And so that's why the law came down where they pretty much said like, yeah, your JUCO timeline or your JUCO time doesn't affect your 4 years. So you can still make money because, these schools is pretty much, again, it's based on perspective. Some of these schools is pimping out these players where, the coach is making $10, $12 million per year. But you got somebody like a Reggie Bush where, his mama get a car or something like that and they kill his eligibility. And so, with the NIL, it gives the kids to like, you don't have to suffer if you're going to make money based on your name. They was real restricted on anything.
Yeah, NIL give them opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
And that's what has become a major motivation when these kids are, selecting schools to go to. They want to see what you can offer them on the NIL side, because some of them can make more money during, through NIL than they will ever make as a professional athlete.
So are they allowed to talk about money during like the negotiations of what college they may want to go to? Are they allowed to speak about that?
Yeah, they are now.
Yeah, now you can. And so it's one, I can't remember his name. It's this dude recently. I look at it on my computer. Like he's sitting out as if he's a professional.
Damn.
Even though he's in college, he's sitting out. Cam Newton, he spoke on that. But that's how much power they have now to where like, okay, I'm not gonna come and play for you.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I don't blame them too much. Because, I mean, the schools are making a killing. I mean, they're making millions and millions off of these kids, and they offer them nothing. They say, "Oh, you have a scholarship," but shit, I think you can give more than a scholarship. What?
Hey Russ, did you see any of that when you was in college back in the day? Did you see any of that going on at the university?
I mean, hell no. It wasn't no NIL. I mean, I'm not gonna say schools didn't give you things, but as far as just open and just blatant with it, no. That's new, that's really new.
So his name is Nico Lamaliva.
Oh yeah, I did see about that.
Yeah, he's sitting out because he want more money. He's like, and so it may change the game to where like, just like what I was saying earlier, the loyalty, which is, everybody mind is different nowadays. The loyalty for the teams is no longer there. Right. It's all about the money now. And so the good thing, like with the women, like Angel Reese, like she was making more money before she went to the NBA or WNBA. That's why she did all the well, yeah, and her NIL. So her and Caitlin Clark made more money than their contracts right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, what do you think about that? Do you think the media is trying to put a wedge between them two, trying to make them rivals?
Oh yeah, that's with anything. Look at the history of sports in general with Magic and Bird, and Magic and Bird hung out after that. They was drinking and stuff, giving quaaludes to women. Look at the Kobe and Shaq thing that got blown up out of proportion, where like that could have been settled and handled internally. with the Celtics and the Lakers. Like all this stuff it fuels you wanting to go see these games. Because if it ain't no rivalry, why should I go and pay my money to go see these teams?
Particularly the one that's more incentive driven is basically white against black.
Yeah.
Those are ones that bring the most money and the most media and everything else. White against black. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, well, like they say, controversy, and sex sales.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
in this day and age, more controversy is going on than well, I ain't gonna say it's more of the sex, but on TV, you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of beef going on. Hell, if people watch the Real Housewives thing, I don't know if y'all follow that, but you know, if your wives or women do, that chick Kendra Moore was allegedly kicked off the show for displaying some inappropriate videos of some other cast members when they were younger. So you know you're not supposed to show no younger stuff, if y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even though if they grown, you
Well,
know,
I think
now
like,
that was 20 years ago, you know, but you can't show no shit like that on national TV. So that's wild.
the
People
one
got
thing I think that's hindering the WNBA is well, like a friend of, remember I was telling you about the girl that I know country that worked for the immigration department,
yeah.
and she was telling me when she went to the WNBA, she said she'll never go again. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna
Why
bring
was that?
my." She brought her grandkids with her, and they were young. I guess 9 and 8 girls. So let me take them to the game. She said she went. She said she had to leave early because a lot of the players was kissing each other, you know, and she's like, I don't want my granddaughter seeing this stuff, and I think that's what doesn't give it the extra fuel that it needs to expand like it should.
I mean, I don't think that's it at this point. Because
To
I
me,
mean,
go ahead.
shit. No, I'm just
Go
saying, I
ahead.
don't
Go
think
ahead.
that's it at this point because the tides have changed in society to the point it's widely accepted and they have more power and, like saying, rights than anybody at this point.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Hey,
That's
hey,
I
true.
hey,
But
hey,
don't
we
think
always
that's the
have.
Russ,
hold up. I just
what
don't
about
think they
legal?
have the viewership. I don't think they really have the viewership at this point, and they don't have the money behind them to pay out these salaries because they're not getting these type. Because you don't see them getting these big shoe deals. Like, what female got a shoe deal?
Yeah.
Hey,
And
well, I'm telling you right now. I mean, anybody listening, they can look up. I can't remember the names, but you got some young ladies right now. I think they're in high school, going into college. You may have one in college right now, but they're dunking the ball like men. You know what I'm saying? Like coming down the court dunking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like these type of players are going to get, mark my word, they're going to get in the WNBA, and these are going to be the players because at the end of the day, sports fans want to see excitement. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying WNBA is not exciting because I've seen some of those games play, and they can shoot, they go hard. You've even seen some dunks. But these players that's coming in, that's gonna come down the lane and go up and dunk, face to face on somebody. People gonna come and pay to see that.
Well,
Yeah, but you're going to always have a segment of society, especially women, they're not going to bring their daughters, their nieces to a game with a bunch of women that kissing each other. Like you say, yes,
I
acceptable
understand
to
that.
an
They
extent.
just gonna come by themselves.
yeah, but like one thing.
Look, they got Pride Month. They're
Yeah.
going to have Pride Month. So come on.
Well,
Shit, nobody give a damn.
well, speaking on that, Russ, one thing that I noticed when you hear the interviews go on between the WNB players, for one, like what you said, what we was talking about earlier, I think what really boosted up like um, people watching it was the controversy between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That fueled like a lot of stuff. Um,
Right.
Before that, I think what it is, based on interviews that I've seen, is a lot of pride that goes into that. To where, like, we all know, like, no one really went to go see a WNBA game, even when they had the ballers like Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops. Like, that's when I think like you really should, like, cause those, they was ballers. The thing is, was, it wasn't mainstream like what we all said, and so now from these interviews, it's all like, oh, we should get paid the same amount because I'm doing this. But again, when you ask people like, name me 5 WNBA players on a certain team, they can only name me 2. And you can go
Right.
around where like no one really do the research or really are interested in. Now, if you go you can ask a lot of women or people that really don't watch basketball. You can say, name me 10 NBA players, and they can name 10 NBA players, whether or not they watch the NBA. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of project going on and not enough humility to say like, yes, we are struggling and we're trying to build up. It's more so now like, hey, we're doing the same exact thing when you're really not. Like, just like what you had said, uh Don, they ain't got no shoe deals like that. Ain't nobody got a real big shoe deal. Like, they may have like,
Why is that? Are the shoe companies being biased and sexist, not trying to give them shoe deals? Because some of them are, I mean, hell, some of them can outshoot some NBA players.
But look,
again,
but for the most part, they don't have the women. What women? For the most part, women are into sports like that where they're gonna go out and buy shoes. That's gonna be really targeted toward a select group of female athletes who are already into sports. Unlike the male school, the male shoe deals, those shoes are sold, to everybody. Some of these dudes can't even walk on a basketball court, but they going by LeBrons and Jordans, and but I
but
don't think they have that same crossover for a female.
I would just say, look at
It's
the
gonna, it's
woman's
gonna
foot.
be one.
How
It's gonna
about
be one
this, bro?
coming.
Yeah, but look what's on their feet. You could look around at women today and look at what shoes they wear. This dude, Michael Jordan, has been out of the league since the 90s. I would say I won't even count 2000s, but since the 90s, Jordan been out of the league. And if
He
you look
made the
on
All Star
women's
game
feet,
in 2000.
yeah, if you look on women's feet, I've still have really yet to see any woman rocking like a woman's shoe. Like, they make colors in men's what's name men basketball shoes for women, and so they have solidified or really used the market to their advantage. And the thing have to change to where like make the shoes for what women will want to wear. That's gonna boost like if you have a shoe deal, somebody going out there and buying it because you got Kobe's in pink colorway or Jordan's in pink colorway. If I could buy some Jordans or some Kobe's, why would I go buy some Caitlin Clark's? It's just what it is. I
Well,
could
I
just go.
will say this: Ava Wilson is the most dominant woman in the WNBA right now for the Las Vegas Aces. 6'3" center. Shout out to her. She be balling. If she has some shoes, I will buy a pair.
Again, let's
The
let's look at
brand
everything like the
that the women.
jerseys. How many people bought Caitlin Clark jerseys and Angel Reese jerseys compared to
Don,
Just about all of it.
It's like you shouldn't have let him make it about them shoes then, dog. See? Y'all was letting him make it. But yeah, bet
you
you
know
would go buy them shoes.
it's like a lot of people, but you see how many people bought that 77 jersey when Luka came to the Lakers. Let's look at that. Like, you just got to see who is buying what. And at the point, unfortunately, no one is really buying it. I don't know why they're not, but no one is really buying it. But again, you could look up or Google the sales of Luka to the Lakers, and he just barely went this year. And I'm sure his jersey is selling a whole lot more than what these women jerseys are selling for. And so like the WNBA had to figure out like their marketing scheme so they could get these jerseys on people, these shoes on people, and that's how you can make that more successful. At this
Luca
point,
do
probably
you
it's not
think
going.
Big Three players' jerseys are selling more than WNBA jerseys?
Who player? Who?
Ice Cube, Big Three, the
Oh,
former
they
NBA.
got. I didn't know they had jerseys. That's just, they selling material merchandise.
No,
I wonder if the USFL, like, I wonder if the Houston Roughnecks are selling more jerseys than the WNBA.
hey
I
man,
doubt it.
the games, the
They be
UFL
having some
because
good
UFL is
games.
really coming up.
Man,
Hey, but
hey, what's up,
isn't
Milo?
isn't Luca selling
going
more
on,
jerseys
man?
than LeBron?
Maybe, but
Much, man.
again, Luca, who let's just say, who really want to walk 77? Like, let's look at the numbers. 77 compared to a single digit number. It's not even a real popular number, but his jersey is selling though.
Yeah.
Well, when they get swept, it ain't gonna be selling that much.
Hey, Duke dive, come alive, and feel real fine. Lakers in
When
five.
they
Lakers
get
are fine. Look, I don't hear Big LA with that bullshit no more. He must have
What you
nodded
said?
off. Oh, yeah, I ain't hear you no more with that bullshit. There
Hey,
you go. There you go.
hey, he
Big
recently
LA
got
said he
hit with
ran
a
2 miles a day.
Hey, he recently got hit with a sexual assault charge.
Who?
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 Big LA?
Oh,
Hey, don't take it too far.
Shannon Sharp. He said Big LA.
We don't
That was a
condone
funny
that.
one. There.
Oh,
This why
I'm
good
just bullshit.
in the room.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah,
right.
Shannon Sharp got hit with one.
Oh yeah, Shannon
Oh,
Sharp,
for
$50
what?
million.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, $50
a
million.
$50 million something suit they put on him.
What you think about that, Milo?
I think it's fraud until proven otherwise. You know, when you got a lot of money and fame and popularity, you become an easy target, you know, for people to try to get some of your money. So that's what I think right now, until we find some hardcore evidence, then I'll change my mind.
Man,
Yeah,
and
well, I agree.
that's crazy. Shannon Sharp always. I mean, me personally, I don't know him, but I mean, from watching him play sports, he's always been a decent player. Seemed like a stand-up guy. I mean, his career really shot up. I think his popularity shot up more after sports from his podcast, thanks to Cat Williams, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's the reason.
No, but he was popping off before that. He went.
He
That's how he got
was.
that with Skip Bayless. That was
Oh yeah,
before Cat.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was popping off, but with this
Not like
Cat
that.
Williams just took him to another level.
Oh yeah.
That took him
Yeah,
to another
that Cat
level
Williams
now.
interview broke the internet. You know what I'm saying? It did more numbers than podcasters in every genre. You know, if you look at how
Yeah.
many views, so that put him in a different stratosphere, which is why I say he an easy target now because he's so visible. You know.
What
You
you
right.
mean? He turned around. He turned around and got some Cuddy on live.
Yeah.
He
What he
claimed
say? What he say?
out
Don't
his
you run from me?
mouth
Don't you run from me? You
that it
submit to
wasn't
me.
it. Boy,
Hey,
yeah, all right.
that boy was on some wild shit, man. I think he was tearing that Greek up. That's what he was doing when he was talking.
Then to turn around and promote a happy pill. Yeah, all right.
Hey, yeah, he do.
Hey,
But ain't nothing happened to
good
him until
promotion
right now.
at all. Hey, Don. Hey,
Yeah.
Don, Milo. Hey, Milo. I want you to hear this. This is something Don was telling me earlier. Man, I want you get your opinion on this. Hey, what's that chick you was talking about? The Crockett chick?
Yeah. Jasmine.
Yeah. What you?
Yeah. What about?
Yeah. What was that you said earlier? We was talking about. I can't remember what you said fully.
About her and well, I was talking about the judge that she got into it with, and what's his name? That brother from I don't know if he's from Texas. The brother that was talking about the we did better in
Oh, and
Jim
Jim
Crow
Crow
Day
Day.
when she was going at it against him, and she lit him up pretty bad. She lit him up pretty bad.
what you think about that, Milo? Them cats who been saying that? Because I hear a lot of people say that lately. Like we did better in Jim Crow days.
They talking about they not talking about the racial violence that we had to go through. I hope they not. When I bring up positive things from the era, I'm not talking about the racial terror, the oldest American terrorist organization, the
Like this.
KKK coming after us. What we talk about living in that environment forced us to stay together, forced us to have business together, go to church together, have an actual community instead of neighborhoods. And in a sense, it forced us to love each other. We had I think we had the highest percentage of marriages out of any race in the United States. I want to say it's like 85% of us was married, and we had a whole bunch of kids. It was so that's the part I'm talking about. I'm talking about the black businesses we own. We couldn't go to the white movie theater, so we had to have a black one. We couldn't go to the white grocery store, so we had to have a black one. You understand what I'm saying? I go down the list. And so we were able to hire ourselves, employ ourselves, house ourselves, send our kids to college, retire our old folks on our own. And even though we dealt with the racial terror and that bull, it forced us to be insulated. That was the positive part, but the other shit, that's bullshit, you know?
And you know what? I think that's where a lot of people, not saying on this board, just saying a lot of people out there in the outside world, a lot of people who don't have that knowledge of that history. When they hear of Jim Crow days, they first thing they think, oh man, who gonna be cool with us being lynched? Like, nah, you got to look at the other stuff, like exactly what you said. Everything was, we had to look for it amongst ourselves. So we had this, that, and that. So I mean, I think that like you say, people like you say, Milo, people gotta read something. Go read a book, go learn something, you know what I'm saying? Uh
Definitely.
you
There's
got
no
you
doubt
gotta learn.
about it. There's no doubt about it. Economically and as far as we being more united, it was like that then. But also, I think the cons are worse than the pros because if you think about it, we used to get lit up, not just hung, not just people don't understand that. Like I say, in this country, every state other than Hawaii, they had one moment in each state, every state, where they took us out and they burnt us, turned us, I ain't talking about hanging, tied us to trees and burned us alive.
Facts.
Burned us alive. So, and this stuff used to happen quite a bit. So people think it was just a lynch here and a lynch there. Do you know what our population would be like if it wasn't like turkey shoot day on us growing up in those days? It was, trust me, it was bad. It was bad. It was something that most of us couldn't even comprehend on what was happening back then. Because it was
So hey,
think about it. If it was legal for us to kill white people, how do you think that would be right now?
I
You
mean,
equate
yeah,
it
I
to
don't
that.
it's not legal to kill anybody.
Yeah, it was literally legal to kill us. So yeah,
I mean,
we did good. We did economically and our own businesses and stuff like that. But when you look at the totality of it, that's why a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people didn't make it to today.
so you basically saying, no, even though we had our own communities and we had our own doctors, banks, grocery stores, hospitals, and schools, still the bad outweighed the good.
I think so. I think so. I mean, like, think about it right now today. The one thing, like he said, it is bad business. It is that shit about it that happened. Because you're gonna have people like Byron, Larry Elders, um, what's the Supreme Court judge name, the brother? Um,
Eric
you got
Thomas.
yeah, you gotta have brothers like that, you know, all the time, and they're gonna always sell us out and do their thing. But the totality of it, when you talk about the totality of it, if you got an open season on any particular race, it ain't good. It ain't good. Not just us. or women it was, got the rape at will, kids end up dead. So was it like the other day in the South? Those 3 black kids got killed. It was everyday thing back then. It wouldn't have made news. I'm talking about in its totality. No joke.
So, I mean, the question from me to you is the bad outweigh the good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Like I
Well,
said, we
I
don't have to
mean,
go through that, and we didn't have to go through that. You know, we didn't have to say like, I would say we got 5 brothers, right? Knowing
yeah.
damn well back then,
Look, man, I
out
don't
of
mean to
that.
interrupt you. I let you talk about 10, 15 minutes, which is
Well,
cool. But the point I'm making, we wasn't in control of that. They was gonna do that regardless. That forced us to be more united. You know, we supposedly have individualism and freedom right now, and we all throw it out. You know, we ain't unified at all. That's the point I'm talking about. It wasn't nothing we can control. I accept everything you saying. That's true. Yeah, it was terrorism. And all. That's why I said that up front. But if we still had that ethic, whether we were going through that pressure or not, if we still had that ethic, that belief, that the attitude worked that way, even to this day, it'll be awesome. That's the point I'm saying. I ain't bagging about woe is me, what they did to us. We know what they did to us.
but you know what's so crazy though? Like, I mean, we speak about things like that happened to us back in the past, but in a sense, like part of this title tonight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like why we still tripping? Look at the stuff that's going on, and still I'm not even gonna talk about all that black on black crime because you got white on white, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, all that shit. They just talk about our shit the most. But just saying our own issues that we have, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is that shit still going on? Why are we still tripping on one another? You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that was going on that was happening to us back then, it seemed like now, like that shit's still going on, but it's not being talked about.
The internet, P. The internet is what does this nowadays. Coming from a person from a slightly younger generation, it's the internet. It's what people post. It's the mind trick of what the internet does to people. When there was no accessible internet like that, it wasn't as much bullshit. Of course, we've always been a money grab for the outside world and what they view us as. And over time, that has corrupted our people because some of us got to thinking like that too. And once that happens, they put their hands up and they walk away. Their job is done. As long as they can plant a seed and our people continue this self mental, some physical, verbal genocide, it ain't gonna get no better, bro. No matter, that's cool. People need to take accountability. That's great. So what about the poison that was put there for us to act these ways? If you could tell me that one of us put crack in the streets, I'll shut up.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you at that big LA. Like I say, I grew up around the same area as you did, but I've always said this: it was put in the street, maybe not by us. You wasn't forced to smoke that shit.
No. So what did they do? They go to the weak-minded people first, right? Or they go to the people that's, oh, you want to make money. I got an easy ass way for you to do it. And if you do it the way I tell you to, how about lock you up?
Well, that's where elimination comes in. At people don't speak about that. The weak-minded motherfuckers, you gotta eliminate. I mean, hey, if it's somebody detrimental to your movement, you gotta eliminate the motherfuckers. I mean, I'm gonna just be real, and I'm not promoting violence or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm saying eliminate them, cut them out the circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you keep inviting somebody into your circle, letting them know the plans of a
Mhm.
movement, and you don't trust the motherfucker?
So when I cut you out the circle, right? Right.
Yeah.
I see that you at the base level, I couldn't get to you, but you at a more superior level where you want power and you want to control something. If I give you this and you give it to the dumber people under you, now I control you, you control them, I control the whole monopoly. Sound crazy, but makes sense, right? People been
I
signing
mean,
deals with the devil for centuries. I know
well,
y'all didn't think it just started with us,
no.
with
I
this,
mean,
with these few, two, three generations back. No, hell no.
well, I mean, one thing. A lot of people have to do, not just the black people. People got to start. Okay, a lot of people don't think they did no wrong in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit happens to you for a reason. But you know what I'm saying? Like get past that and move forward. Let me ask you. Let me ask you this question, Big LA. You
Okay.
60 years. You 60. Not saying you, but it's got somebody 60 years old who got shot 40 years ago. They see the guy that shot him 40 years ago, and he pulled his gun out, shoot and kill him. Is that revenge or stupidity?
Both.
Oh, both.
Oh, hear me when I say this. Your mental mind, your mental mind is like, bro, this is dumb as fuck. But the pride inside of you is like, get that nigga.
It can't be both.
Yeah,
How?
it can.
Wait, 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 wait. It happens every
Shit.
day. How can you
Revenge can be stupid.
hold on, Russ? Hold on, I got you.
Yeah.
How can you sit there and say that nobody can contradict themselves? Because that thought, that question is around the contradiction. You're a better person, so your mental mind says don't do it, but you're still a street person on the inside, so your ego tells you to go get your man.
So you
It's a
basically saying
backwards
you saying right
contradiction.
now in 40 years you ain't gonna change.
Go find me 160-year-olds that have legitimately changed. I say this all the time, and it really shows in our people. Common sense is not common.
That was a common sense question right there. Say 40 years from now, you see the guy who shot you, and you still mean first and foremost in 40 years, you mean to tell me you ain't had a chance to do
Okay,
it now? All of a sudden you want to do it? That's pure stupidity.
let me say it
Then
this way.
again, you basically saying if you ain't if 40 years later you still gonna do that, you're saying right now that you don't plan on changing. You could
I
be like
changed.
Deacon or Joe Murray right now. You could be a clergy
Everybody.
40 years from now. You still gonna pull out a tool?
You got 60-year-olds that do it right now. But that doesn't, everybody's not you, everybody's not me, everybody's not the people on this stage. Just because we in 40 years would be like, that's stupid. I mean, you're lucky I didn't catch you 30 years ago.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? We would probably say that, and we would say that. But you got people now that hold 40-year grudges because somebody pissed them off verbally.
and them
So I
niggas
could
ain't
just,
gonna do. They ain't gonna do shit. Y'all know that. Hey Don, Joe, y'all know that. How a lot of these niggas in LA, they won't. It's niggas that ain't snitched on them and walking around them and they ain't did shit too, but they'll try to smoke you over a bitch.
Yeah.
true, true. I don't deny that. You also got niggas that's petty and feel like even if you die today, they'll piss on your grave if they get the opportunity. I know people like that.
I'll tell
That's why
you
I'm saying
something. I'll tell you something. As far as going out killing people, people don't know, really what it's about. Like I said, I was telling country, I got into it with some bangers before, guys getting out of the pen. You get down with them, they get you, say they pistol whip you, jump you, and you say, you know what? Let me go get my peeps, and ain't nobody gonna live it when I'm finished. And to me, it's like you here I go again, but you don't have God with you, you're gonna be in a place that you ain't gonna never return. But in that circumstances, when my daughter people came from Watts and was strapped, I had the laser. It was on, and
Allegedly.
only thing saved me because,
right.
like I'm gonna tell you, the evil was in my heart. I was like, the chick that started it, I was gonna kill her sons. They were young. I'm like, they grow up,
Allegedly.
they grow up. I'm gonna kill them. They were right there next. I'm gonna kill her. I know her mom carried a gun. I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill everything there. All the niggas. We was more of us. And God sent my brother. And I admit, I had a little, drinky in me. You know, smoke a little
Hey,
bud
wasn't none
back
of that
then.
stuff Big LA was talking about, was it?
Ah, hell no.
Here you go, sir.
I, I
Here
had
you
some
go.
bud, I had some drinky. But all I'm
It
saying
was
is that
bumpy face. It was bumpy
if
face.
my if God wouldn't have sent my brother and had him talk to me all that time, and I didn't have that goodness and God in me, and if he wouldn't have came, it wouldn't have happened. It would have happened. Absolutely. I'm not gonna sit and say it wouldn't have. I'd have been getting the needle for what I was gonna do. So
Not
I mean,
heroin.
so and you know what? You kill kids, women, and kids, you're not gonna see tomorrow, and you ain't gonna see next yesteryear. So, like I say, to me, you ain't got God. If He didn't come, start preaching to me in my ear, DJ, you do this, DJ. All these gonna tell DJ blah blah constantly running it through my head, running it to where when that stuff start wearing off for me, to where you know what? Finally, my heart said, "Fuck it," And I ain't gonna lie, I knew a girl that was you know who Longos is, right, country?
Yeah.
Yeah, Longos. So, you know, I knew this girl, she's half black, half Mexican. She said, you know what? You want me to send Longo over there? I'm like, yeah, better them than me. And I even felt bad about that. 'Cause I was the one that sent them over there. But you know what? As long as it wasn't me, and it would have been worse if it was me because shit, talking about evil. And I know how men have evil in their heart, but there's certain people that can overcome that evil and not do what that evil tell you to do. Don't let it rule you. But it's a wicked
Well, yeah.
thing, bro. It's a wicked world. Wicked world.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, and like you say before, a lot of people, I would honestly say that here in the West Coast, I don't know, Russ, you can vouch for this down south, but a lot of people in the streets can't do shit without substance in their system.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 You're right.
They
You're
go
right.
hand in hand. They usually go hand in hand.
Yeah.
The cold part
Real
about
talk.
it, the ones that don't have nothing in their system, they just pure evil. They
Like,
just
hey,
going out to do it. They
pure
going
evil
out to do
motherfuckers
it.
out there who don't drink and smoke and stuff like that. They just pure evil. But you know what's so crazy? But some of these people that do that shit, man, like real quick, it was. This one cat out here, R.I.P. Man, dude passed away, older guy, straight nice guy, but they say he loved that wet daddy, smoked that sherm, but he ended up dying. They said they found him. Said he had when they found him, he had a dress on with panties, and the panties was down by his ankles.
Oh Lord.
And I was like, I said, why would people smoke some shit? And then come to find out, they say when he hit that shit, he turns into a woman and won't, and I'm like, why would people want to smoke some shit that turns into a person like that? You know what I'm saying? I've seen people smoke that shit and get hung on fences for like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Just up there hung like they're a spider stuck on something. But hey man, that's some of the shit we got to get off of too. Like Milo said on some shows before, man, like that was never a part of the black community. They didn't do no heroin, no hard drugs, just some, drink and maybe a little weed here and there. But it
Real
wasn't doing
moonshine.
little shit like that. But so
I
got to
mean,
get
they
back to
did do heroin back in the days now. During the 70s, shit.
yeah, well, even
Yeah,
before then,
heroin.
Charles days, back then.
It was heroin now. Shit, them fuckers were doing heroin. How you think all these heroin kingpins were made?
But based off the movies we watched, who they were said based off true stories. You seen American Gangster and all them, they transformed from heroin because it was killing people, so they started selling powder cocaine.
No, it was not it was not no altruistic motivation. It was about the money.
Yeah.
It was not because they wanted to save lives. Don't you
No,
sit
no, no,
here
no,
and
no, no, no. I never
don't
said it was about to save lives. At
shit.
the end of the day, yeah, it is about the money because if you selling some shit to somebody and they dying
No,
off, how
but
you come back?
that's the new blast. Cocaine is the new blast. That's the new shit. That's the new shit that's hot right now, and that's what's the new wave. I'm catching the wave. That's all it was. It
Well,
wasn't, oh, I'm looking out for my customers. Shit. These motherfuckers, you
Yeah,
say selling fentanyl now. They know that shit gonna kill you. They don't
well,
give a damn. It's all about
well,
the body. It's about that dollar. And
yeah,
that's
but
what it was.
what P was saying, like I kind of agree with what P is saying, because let's look at the real big drug dealer, the pharmaceutical companies. I can't give you too much because if I give you too much, you ain't gonna come back to me. So I'm gonna give you just enough to where you still rely on it, but it ain't gonna kill
yeah,
you though. Because once I kill you off, I can't make no more money. Big Pharma is making sure that you stay hooked just enough, and they got
life and
these
money.
legal drug dealers out there that's gonna give you just enough and prescribe you just enough to where you're gonna still keep coming back because I still
That's what
need my money. And once I knock you
that
off, I can't make no more money.
that's what the doctors do. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people always talk about these big companies, but shit, hey, the doctors prescribe you this shit, and you
Oh
be
yeah.
overtaking that shit.
Hey, let me tell you something. This. So the reason why, if you guys going into these clinics and you look on their counter and they got all these advertisements for all these different drugs and stuff like that, those are these drug companies going in there and sliding these doctors a big old check to say, hey, make sure that you push this to your people, and I give you a nice check. And then even on even deeper level, a lot of these doctors are they have to meet that quota each month of selling a certain amount of drugs. If they don't hit that quota, then they get written up. Their licenses are in jeopardy and stuff like that. And so they have their hands tied to where again I'm gonna give you just enough, even though I may not want to give it to you, I'm gonna give it to you. But the same thing what you were saying, Russ, is about the money. And so if you go slide me $100,000 bonus to give these drugs to, hey, I'm gonna go
Hey,
ahead,
hey,
Murph, you got to get prescribed this oxycontin for your pain, and then you're gonna be hooked on that because it's gonna make you feel good. But you just
well,
somebody just give me $100,000 check to slide you some oxy.
well, hey Joe, let me ask you this question. You know what I'm saying? I know you said $100,000. Hey Don, I know you a lot of y'all not don't may not know it. You know, brother Joe Murray is the relative of Conrad Murray, is the one that gave the famous quote. You know, so you talking about pharmaceuticals, you basically saying that you would have gave that shot too if you was getting 100,000 off of them.
Hey Murph, you something else.
Hey, who? How many people wouldn't have gave him the shot?
Hey, hey, you paying me? They said he was getting $100,000 a month to
Yeah.
give
Now
him.
you tell me you won't give him the shot either?
Boy,
Hey,
boy.
Big LA, man. You know how many motherfuckers I done tied off for free?
Yeah,
Ah,
but look at him now. He's broke as a joke now because he had to defend himself in court. He ain't getting paid no more. He ain't got a license. You know, he fucked.
He
Well,
won though.
they used
He
him.
got 5 years
They,
for getting rid of the king of pop.
yeah, but they use him as nothing but a pawn, like in the game. They, the big people they wanted to take out Mike, and so let me use the black man to take him out, make sure to slide on this, and in the end, I can easily write this black man off because who they go believe, the white man on the black man, and
Hey, people,
Conrad was
hey,
right there giving it to him.
talk shit all they want to. Like I say, I agree with Russ. Talk shit all you want to. It's somebody right now who may be saying, "Oh yeah, that was wrong," but so get the call, "Hey, I need you to you know what I'm saying? You
Wrong.
got a credential shots here, give me this, you get 100 grand a month, you gonna go shoot him up. Hey, you want some wrong, you know, some what 11.5 too? Shit.
You say you want some feel good?
Hey, shit. Hey, what'd you say,
Right.
DC? You want something from the blade? What do you want? Shit, I'm 100 grand a month.
100 grand a month for what? Hour worth of work?
Shit,
And
not
If
even
that,
that.
not even an hour.
Not even
Hell,
that.
you shoot him up, let him sleep, shit, and when you're supposed to wake him up.
But I mean, hey, like real talk, a lot of people look at stuff like that. Oh man, was messed up. But you know, rest in peace to the to MJ. You know, it's all fun and jokes. But just saying, like a lot of people don't realize that dude was getting paid to do nothing. So in a sense, looking at it from a worker's aspect, a lot of us have to go punch a clock and put in hours to make a check. This dude found a way to make this amount of money doing nothing. So do you call him an idiot or a genius?
he probably
You know what
he
I'm
probably
saying?
felt that he wasn't doing nothing wrong because if he say I'm a doctor, I'm gonna just make him feel good. I ain't gonna give him that killer shot. I'm only gonna get him a small doses. He probably thought I wasn't doing nothing wrong until he slipped up, took a long break, hollered at his lady or something like that, and then he messed up. But I believe he probably felt in that moment I ain't really doing nothing wrong, or try to dignify how he's not doing wrong in that moment.
Well, I mean, is that something we gotta stop tripping about too? We have to stop doing and start thinking about things like something like that. I mean, not saying he was paid to do that by somebody, but just saying him being a doctor, him knowing that may have been fatal. Should we stop doing that to our own people? You know what I'm saying? Like taking risks with our own people because we didn't used to do that.
Why not? I mean, it was just, I don't think, I mean, it was an opportunity. He saw an opportunity and he took it, and it was very unfortunate. I mean, so I don't think
I mean,
he,
I mean,
but to say that as a people we didn't used to do that, oh, you can't tell me that we have not had opportunistic people in our, as black people who have not been or taken the opportunity to feed off the backs of someone else
yeah,
or
but see that's
someone else's misery. That's not
but see
truthful.
we always focus on the negative, the people like that, instead of focusing on the positive people who was around that that whole time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something we gotta focus more on because you'll never get ahead focusing on the negative. How you gonna like we gotta get somewhere positive, but you worry about the negative all the time. But I mean, hey, like not going against what you're saying. I mean, you saying some real shit. You always had some. That goes back to the elimination thing. When people like that, you gotta eliminate them. I mean, hell, how you gonna get ahead with people like that who may drag you back? You know what I'm saying? Like shit. Would you say? Would you say, Don? If it's four of us and it's four ham hocks and you turn your back and it's none left, somebody then cheated, huh?
Uh, uh,
Oh, my goodness.
yeah. Well,
Somebody.
look, there's always been people like that. See, they're gonna take advantage of that opportunity if it presents itself.
And that's the thing though, man. Well, a lot of people, I think we spoke on this before. People need to start getting back into reality. You get some people praying all the time. Some people be praying out of stupidity. What I mean by that is you have some people who be sitting there praying in a car somewhere. Oh man, Father bless me because I'm finna go do this. Then they go smoke 20 people. Like no, it don't work like that.
So one thing about that, uh, since we own this, is a few things. For one, we always assume that they're praying to the one true living God. Well, they could just be praying to any God. Like when stars get up on the stage and say, "Hey, I first like to thank God." Like, what God are they really thanking? So we got to really see what
Thank
God they're praying to in the first of all, because they could be praying to a devilish God, like the small God and not the large
Yeah.
God. And so that's one thing. And then two, um, a lot of times we feel when we pray to God that it's gonna be automatic. And we use him like a doggone ATM card that we have like a black card. When I'm ready to use you, I'm gonna take you off the shelf. When I don't need you, I'm gonna put you back on the shelf. When God don't work like that, it's more like, hey, if your prayer is gonna line up with my will, I'm gonna bless that 1,000%. If your prayer don't line up with my will, I ain't gonna bless that. And so that's the two biggest things that you have to look at when people like say, hey, I'm gonna pray to God, and then you go smoke a few thousand people. Again, first, what God they praying to? Second of all, are they praying in the will of God? Because if they ain't, then that's a whole nother level. And then you got to look at people that call themselves Christian. Christian is a broad word to where people use that too loosely. The main thing, are you a follower of Christ? And so that's two different things. Being a Christian, that's doing a religion. Being a follower of Christ, you following what Christ did and everything that he stood for. Because you have so many different religions within the Christian group.
Yeah.
Battle each other. And so again, if you just keep it, I'm a follower of Christ, you don't have to worry about a religion or a certain sect or a certain division of religion. You're just going to follow God and Christ no matter what.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. You know, I mean, we've seen this a lot in LA, a lot of gang members on both sides who wear rosaries, you know what I'm saying? Out there doing dirt, you know, back in the days, you know, and it's like, that's where the confusion came in at. It's like,
you know, a lot of those, a lot of Tongans and Samoans that live out in Utah, what they used to do, they used to do dirt all throughout the week, and then at the end of the week, they go to church as if nothing ever happened, and that was their lifestyle. And they that's what they do out there. So again, what God are you praying to? And are you
shit, I think they're going out here. how many bras be on the blade and be in church on Sunday morning and fast and be like, hey, sunshine. Hey, look at Don. He said, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He said, I prayed naked with a few of them back in my day.
Oh man,
He's funny, Joe.
Hey, am I lying? Am I lying?
He said I played naked with a few of them.
Hey, all of them have successful marriages, right, Don? Right, DJ? They all have marriages because
it didn't happen to us.
I plead the fifth.
Oh man.
Oh man. Hey man, shit. So, man, it's like what, 8:25, 10:25 down there, man. Hey, finna go around this panel before we get up out of here. Hey Joe, man, we get up out of here. Like I said, first and foremost, appreciate everybody for stopping through, everybody listening. Monday, you know what I'm saying? The week is just starting. A lot of people I know in LA, the kids are out of school Thursday. If a lot of people didn't know, in LAUSD systems, Glendale systems, no school Thursday. I don't know if people got work for the city or county Thursday. So just something to keep in mind. But hey Joe, man, go ahead and give some people some words, man. Something you think they could use for the rest of the week.
Hey man, the thing is, you never know when your last time. I know he was old, but the Pope just passed away. And so even with people passing away, like young and old, just like that young man Lacey from LSU, man, you never know when it's gonna be your last opportunity, your last moment, your last minute. So make sure, especially your loved ones, you stay connected. All that BS, like the little small BS, hey, you got to get past that. Just overlook that. I know it may hurt for a small moment, but you never know when you could say I love you again to that person, or you could hug that person. You could just say hello, what's up to that person. So make sure you get rid of the BS, be the bigger person, bigger man or woman, and loving your people, because you never know when it's going to be your last minute.
Real talk, man. That's Deacon Joe Murray. Pretty soon he's gonna be Reverend Joe Murray. Then he's gonna be Bishop Joe Murray. Then he's gonna have to meet with James Henley before he becomes the priest Murray.
And me and Doug in our church.
But hey, Big LA man, go ahead, man. Give some people some words from the youth.
Get y'all head out of y'all ass. Stop waiting on somebody to come tell you it's okay to progress in life. Stop waiting on somebody to come tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, let's go get her done. Tap yourself on the shoulder and go get it done. At the end of the day, don't nobody give a fuck what you going through like that. My grandma always told me, person don't give a fuck about what you going through so they have something to talk about later on. What you gonna do? 20 years later, still give a motherfucker something to talk about? 10 years later, 5 years later? Y'all can, not me. I'm gonna get my ass up for do something. I suggest y'all do the same. Don't drink and drive, smoke and fly. Many times in between time, I'll fuck with you.
And boy, Big LA, man. Shout out to Big LA, man. Big LA, he out there getting on that grind. Like I say, man, summertime's almost here, man. It might be too late to be fit, but you could be lit. So get out there, man. Just working out don't mean just about shape. It's about feeling good. You know what I'm saying? And the look comes later. It's about mental. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That workouts for your
Yes.
mental more than your physical, to tell you the truth. Um, but hey, Russ, man, go ahead, man. Give us some news from down there where they play the blues.
Not from the Elk Lodge.
Oh, Rustin took that Viagra and heart and stopped.
Whoa. He done said he done left his phone in the living room. He in the bedroom trying to fast. He gonna put he gonna catch a Charlie horse in the next 2 minutes.
Hey, we gonna go back to Russ, man. I don't know, he may be on mute. I don't know, maybe his phone messed up. Go ahead, Don, man.
Yeah, all I can say is like, you know what? I know everybody's macho, everybody's tough, everybody this and everybody that ain't got nobody, to worry about. But what everybody need to do, man, especially us brothers, we need to look out for the next man. Look out for them, whether you cool with them or not. You want to try to look out for each other, man, because you never know who's gonna come behind you, on side you, or just creeping. I think everybody needs to look out for one another. If you got more people looking out for one another, then you get less people getting got. So I think brothers start looking out for each other and being cool with each other, and try to help each other out. Look out, make sure the next man don't get got.
That's what's up, man. We got Deacon Joe and Deacon Don. Ordained Deacon Joe and Don. um hey, Russ, man, you on or you off?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's that? Hey, go ahead, Russ, man. We passed by. I said, man, Russ said, damn, man, I see took that blood pressure pill, but he mistaken it for the blue one, and his heart skipped the beat.
Yeah, I got things to go do, man. I got time to be bullshitting with you.
That was a quick session, brother.
I got things to go do.
He's got
Oh, you
my
gotta
old
go.
man now. I told her all I had is 12 seconds. Hey man, hey, go ahead, give him some words real quick, Russ.
No, man, I don't got much to say. Just like to cherish every moment. Life truly is a present. Like say it's over before you know it in the blink of an eye. So don't worry about what nobody else got to say. Live your life. And as long as you're not hurting nobody, fuck them. Shit.
Fuck him, literally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's literally fuck them. Shit.
That's what's up, man. But like, hey, real talk, man. This has been another episode of West of the 110, man. Like I say, this episode was called Tripping on That. We gotta stop tripping on that, man. Especially on the West, you still tripping on that. Tripping on them colors, tripping on this, that. Some people tripping on some shit that happened 20, 30 years ago that they heard about, didn't even happen to them. Why you tripping on that? You know what I'm saying? You got to make some money. You know, you got to do this to get ahead in life, especially some of these cats with kids. You know what I'm saying? And some people half stepping. Why you tripping on that? Get off your lazy ass, get ahead. You know what I'm saying? Just do what you got to do. Um, it's easier to do the right thing the first time than try to half step and got to come back and do it the second time. That means you're wasting time. You know what I'm saying? So, um, live life, work out, try to eat healthy. A lot of people think you got to eat healthy 7 days a week. No, man, if you're eating a burger 7 days a week, eat it 3 days out the week. Shit, eliminate it. You know what I'm saying? Cut it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like do what you got to do for yourself, for your wealth. You know what I'm saying? For the people who need your health. Like your health ain't for you. It's people depending on you that need your health. You know what I'm saying? That's for everybody. Appreciate everybody for coming through again. It's been West of the 110. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, don't stop it. Just take a break. So we'll see y'all next Monday and Sunday for West Warrior Sunday interview. Yep.